Hey there, Wranglers. Happy New Year. I know it's been a while. This is January 8th of 2024, I believe. I think, or 2023, it's 2024. Okay, anyway, today I'm going to discuss with you the actual photos that have come out of the Miami Mall incident. This thing that happened, this sightings of the creatures that appeared in the Miami Mall and scared a bunch of people. And there was a whole swarm of cops that showed up at the mall. And it's been hard to get any kind of footage for them out there for people to see. And so I've been able to use my sources and get a few images of the creatures themselves. So let's get right to that. So you don't have to wait. A lot of people put that shit off, and it's really irritating. So anyway, here's the first one they saw, and luckily William Shatner was there at the mall that day signing autographs and was able to deal with this fella. It turns out, he just wanted an autograph from Shatner or whatever, and was asking for a role. But the two of them got in a nice wrestling match and started tossing stuff back and forth at each other, And I think Shatner made a big cannon out of a Cinnabon and knocked him over. But anyway, this is the picture of the one of the aliens. Let me show you a picture of another one of the aliens. Now, this is the interesting one. See, all he's doing here, I don't think we got to worry about him too much. He's just kind of practicing his riz on this beautiful young lady here, and trying to make some time with her. And but this was another one of the aliens they saw, and he was like, kind of come up. Is that the word you kids are using now? That he was riz. I don't mean to sound cringy, but when I was a young man, it was you'd be hitting on them or whatever is what we called him. But he's hitting on this girl. He's got her kind of backed up against the wall and be like, "Hey, girl, um, how about you and me take a flight through space, and I can show you the wonders of the universe and all that." And she's kind of ambivalent, as you can tell, but she's cute. She's got a radio thing on her waist, so that's pretty cool. But this is another clear image of the second alien they found. Um, Now let me show you number three. Okay, now this guy's got better as the other guy. He's already got himself the girl that he found in the mall, and so it appears to me these dimensional beings or these aliens just came in, beamed in through their portal or whatever to basically meet some girls at the mall, just like any people do. I guess these, young people are young aliens, maybe in their teen years as far as aliens go, and they got their first little flying saucer and they're zipping around, and they heard Earth women are beautiful, so they're coming to meet some Earth women. And this guy's he found himself one. She looks pretty happy, and he looks, well, he ain't got a face, but I'm guessing he's happy back there. So anyway, these are the clearest pictures so far of the creatures that were in that mall. And here's an image of me with me fighting aliens from about 10 years ago when I used to do the sci-fi explosion. I look almost the same, except I have a little more white in my beard. But for those of you who don't know, I have a whole hour's worth of original, funny sci-fi music that I do sometimes. Anyway, now let's get to the real thing here. And like it's described, if you want to do this. Now let me get to the serious part of this. Um, the fact that there are so many police cars don't surprise me, and I'll tell you why. I was working in Colorado. In fact, I worked in a building where I could look across a field or so, a couple fields, over some houses, and I could see Columbine when Columbine occurred. We heard about it on the radio. I stood up, I went to the window, and I could see, tons of cop cars surrounding the place. And what that had come in over the radios for the police was that it was a hostage situation, and the guy in charge was hesitant to send anybody in. That's why he got criticized and all that. And there was cops just dying to go in and take care of the situation, as cops do. I used to be a police officer, and you get in a situation like that, and your urge is to just go deal with it. I mean, that's what you're paid for. That's what you want to be doing. That's what you don't want to. You're not looking to kill somebody. If you have to, you will. But you or alive them. That's your instinct. If you're a good cop, you want to go in and deal with this situation. And this guy in charge wouldn't let them do that. But the whole place was surrounded by cops, and this was only for one or two active shooters. They didn't even know, and not, this was a hostage situation, and the place was jam packed with cops. Now, what happened in Miami was there was a report, there were a bunch of kids running around, fighting and carrying on and all this. And I guess one of them set off a bunch of fireworks or something like that. And maybe even some of them had guns. But the call came in, there were four active shooters in the mall. That's why you saw so many dang cops. That's why you saw every cop you could get there, because malls have lots of entrances, they have lots of exits. And if there's four dudes in there shooting people, you're going to need every single man you got. Okay, that's why the cop cars are there. I can guarantee you that's why the cop cars are there. And cops are saying, no, they can't talk about it. You could hear that on TikTok. Somebody probably pretending to be a cop, and it'll come out sooner or later. But so anyway, if this had been some kind of an actual alien incursion or whatever, or dimensional incursion, that place would still be closed to this day. It would be quarantined. There'd be military all around it. Probably the whole freaking mall would be covered in a tent of some kind. And, there'd be investigators in there for the next 9 months, and not letting anybody into this mall or out of I mean, if they would probably have tried to quarantine everybody if they could get there in time, but, that place would be under heavy, heavy inspection. They'd be examining the whole place if these aliens portaled in. You wouldn't just see the cops come and, leave and have four people arrested, and all that. The place would have been, dealt with in a very different fashion. Like I said, the military would have showed up. They would have surrounded the place. Even after the civilians were starting to clear out or whatever, and they would have done everything they can to get the place secured so they could investigate it, find any trace of what it was or what these guys were, and how they moved around. Now, the second thing you're going to hear that people want to tell you that this really happened with aliens or whatever, or these 9 foot, 10 foot tall creatures, was that, oh, they got the coordinates flipped. If you flipped around the latitude longitude coordinates, or they're if you flip them around, it takes you down to Antarctica. Now, wait a minute. First of all, Antarctica is huge, and maybe it does go to a particular base area or something, but Antarctica is colossal. And, says, oh, they flipped the coordinates around. Okay, first of all, these creatures, whoever they are, probably don't use the human latitude and longitude coordinates at all. That doesn't make any sense to me that they're using our, we're primitive to them, okay? They're using our system of latitude and longitude to tune into their transporters or their portal makers or whatever, and use those to get around. So no, aliens do not screw up and flip around the numbers. That makes absolutely no sense, because I doubt if they even care about latitude or longitude, or even want to know what it is. It's like if one of us today was trying to investigate something. Okay, I said, well, where am I going? Where am I going? And they hand me a clay cuneiform tablet and say, well, just follow the instructions here. And I might even speak cuneiform, but I'm like, it's going to say equivalent to these, something like, you know, go, 3 days and nights this way, and then you'll find an oasis, and then take a right at the oasis and head for a day and a half up to the mountain, and then you'll find a cleft in the rock and all that. It's probably what the tablet would say. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous. I mean, I got other ways of doing things. That's probably what one of our maps looks like to an alien. They probably have something far more advanced, if they're really out there, than this silly flipping the coordinates around theory. So bottom line, I'm betting dollars to donuts this is where I'm standing right now. I get proven wrong, I get proven wrong. I still probably won't believe it, but um, it could be a psi. I don't know what it is. I'm not even going to get into that. But you know what? I don't think there were any aliens in that mall. I think that there is a bunch of kids screwing around, setting off fireworks. Maybe some of them had guns. 4 of them got arrested. I think the police got a call for 4 active shooters inside of a mall, and that explains it. And then you have people all over TikTok and all over the place either goofing on it like I did, or trying to convince you for clout that they were actually there and telling these stories, about them and their family were shopping for shoes or whatever, and they saw these things and all of that. So anyway, well, Wranglers, that's all I have to say about that. So I will see you at the next roundup, and like and subscribe and all that crap if you want to. I sure appreciate it. And tell your friends. Talk to you later.